This song is about music, right? It's called Sounds.
This is Mike Ross. Party Fest this weekend. Woo! Mike, so
Yes,
you've been on Red Radio a few times.
I have.
And this weekend, is it like a birthday show or is it an art fair? There's a lot going on
It is.
at your bar.
It is Party Fest, aptly named after Party at the Moon Tower, a band that I'm in. So I was like, if you're gonna have a festival, either name it after yourself or the band. And I wasn't trying to go out there and be like, Mike Ross Fest, motherfucker. So I was like, all right, Party Fest.
I love that you say motherfucker with a bluey shirt on.
Well, my kid's not here right now. I'd edit myself.
So in your post, you were saying you've been wanting to do this for like a really long time, and now you got like 20 bands and 20 artists. So it's like we were actually just talking about this a minute ago. Is it a music fest or is it an art fest with bands playing?
It is a music fest with art. Basically, all right, here's the idea. And this is like the 7th or 8th year I've done it. So it's done Party Fest a few times. But the idea years ago was I kept seeing like Battle of the Bands.
Right.
To where you're getting the best local talent and putting them against each other. And I hated it.
Yeah, it never works.
I was like, all you're doing is building animosity towards other bands. Whether you win or you lose, somebody's girlfriend's, oh, fuck that band. They beat out my boyfriend's band. Some shit, you know. And I was like, why don't we, instead of having a battle of the bands, have something where the bands like are celebrated? Because we're all doing the same thing, whether you're playing
Struggling.
Yeah, struggling musicians. Whether you're playing like metal, punk, ska, acoustic,
Right.
You're out there doing the damn thing.
Nobody can afford a pair of strings.
Nobody. So I wanted it to be a reason to like celebrate it. So at first it was just music. The first year it was just Party Fest, bunch of bands come out, throw down, same build, everybody's happy. Plus if you bring 30 fans and their band brings 30 fans and you have a packed fucking show. The scene's not dead. You just ain't doing enough. So
You got it all worked out.
yeah. Well, then the next year, Party Fest, then it was like, well, there's art in Party. So why not bring some
the
local
old
artists?
Whiskey noggins.
Yeah, Jameson will knock it loose sometimes. That's my girl. Anyway, so, so the next year we had some artists come out, and then, it just kept going from there. It was like one of the biggest nights the Celtic Irish Pub in Pascagoula had ever seen. Yeah. And so, we had fucking places packed out.
He's serious, everybody.
It was huge. It was huge. It was huge. I hear that a lot. It was huge. And so yeah, it was a party, and it got to a point to where like bands and people were like, man, like we'll do this every fucking year you do it. We'll show up and play it. Because why not play for a packed house? Because how many times have you went to play a show somewhere and play for 10, 15 people and been like, yeah, it was fun, but it'd be better if motherfuckers are swinging from the rafters and shit.
Right, exactly. That's what I did last time I played the Celtic.
When we swing from the rafters, that's what we do now.
That's the only way to play there.
I installed it where you can just swing free flowing. You're like,
They hold up. They're good, sturdy rafters.
yeah, imagine Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, but me. I was going to sing it, but I just decided not to.
I was waiting.
No.
So, Mike, let me ask you something. Your band played this summer, and is your band going to be performing also this weekend?
As in Party at the Moon Tower or the Michael Ross?
The Michael Ross.
Yes. It's Michael Ross and the All I Had band.
See,
Because it's all I had. They're all I had.
not Michael Ross and the party and the Moon Tower guys.
All right, so the name of the album is All I Had. You can find it on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Michael Ross, All I Had. And then so I recruited Marlo Ramirez and Pat Powell from Party at the Moon Tower because who am I going to ask first to play a show? The people are
Your best buds.
Yeah. And Marlo was like, man, I don't want to be in the Michael Ross band. It was like, it's bullshit. We should name it something. I'm like, nah. I was like, I wrote all this though, and it's on iTunes. It's Michael Ross. I was like, so
Marlo's like, fuck you, I'm going to be in a band with Scott.
yeah, exactly. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's the All I Had band. And it was like, why do you call them that? It's because it's all I had. They're all I had, man.
No better.
At least Marlo was like, well, it's not as bad as just Michael Ross, but I'll take it. So
Man, when I saw you guys play at the Juke Joint this summer, I fucking loved it.
thank you.
Like I was just like, I was like, man, there's a great pop punk influence to all the stuff that you played.
Pop punk? Well, yeah, I guess I could see that.
No other bands that day played anything like that.
Because I'm original.
It was refreshing, Mike.
Thank you.
It was very refreshing.
to play.
Which, by the way, he has a solo album. If you're interested,
iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Michael Ross, All I Had.
All right, so everybody that's playing Party Fest
Party Fest.
at the Celtic this weekend. Who we
Yes.
got?
All right, man, on the spot. Should have wrote that down. Of course, there's Party at the Moon Tower.
Of course, is Party at the Moon Tower the headliner? Are they always the headliner by default? It's
used
your
to be.
bar.
Yeah, but
You've been there like 20 years, right? You could say whoever you want is the headliner.
I'm gonna switch it up because I like to party too.
You could probably play on the
We'll probably
bar
play
at this
earlier.
point.
That way I can have more time to drink and enjoy everybody.
That's what I like to do.
All right, so yeah, it's us, Michael Ross Band, all I have. Silent Trust.
Okay.
All right, Champion Club.
They have not played in a
In
long time.
Yes. Let's see here. There's Rise the Phoenix from Mobile.
They played the Celtic pretty often.
I believe so, yeah. Fake and Solace, which is a lot of the old My Hero the Villain guys. Shout out. Let's see, we have Elton Barrett doing banjo and acoustic early. Got Zachary Perkins, acoustic early.
Oh, Zack Attack.
Yeah. I know I'm forgetting somebody. There's some people there.
What,
So
who we
somebody's
got?
gonna be
Yeah,
on
okay.
set.
So
That's my band.
artist wise that are going to be there the whole night, the whole day.
Right.
You got Greg Knoll.
Yes.
Who else we got? We got
We got Christopher Street.
Christopher Street.
We have Andrew Switzer.
Old Drew.
Wait a minute. What was that for?
There's more than that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you got Rob. Is Robbie going to be there?
Scattered Roots. Yeah, he's going to be there.
Got Nim.
I have not talked with Robbie this year. He's done it previous years. Shout out to Robbie. And but if he wants to show up, all are welcome. That's the beautiful thing about the Celtic and Party Fest. All are welcome. Don't care what you play or what you do.
What time does it start?
It's going to start at 4 o'clock
In the morning.
in the evening. Maybe around supper time.
What if it did start at 4 o'clock in the morning?
I wouldn't be there. I'd be asleep. That's the time I get my beauty rest.
Can I start it at 4 o'clock in the morning in the
Yes.
parking lot?
Yes. We will be. I'll
Or
be there.
what is it? Home
Over.
Depot next to you opens
There's a
up.
Lowe's. You can serenade the people buying expensive lumber and stuff.
Four to win.
Until the party is over. Duh.
Never.
The party don't stop.
Can it go to 4 in the morning?
It can. I tell the bartenders, if the bar's making money and you're making money, keep that motherfucker till the sun comes up.
Man, this sounds like this is gonna be a good time.
Every year it's a good time. Every fucking year.
Everybody, Party Fest this weekend at the Celtic
Saturday.
with Mike Ross
Woo.
and his band.
Woo.
All I had.
Woo.
Woo! Celtic, everybody. Mike Ross.
Woo! Thank you. I'll see you there, bitches.
This is our first single. It's called Should Have Known. Is it forever? Are we doing this together? Is this the time for you to change your mind? I see you waiting and your thoughts are racing, but I am not about to cross that line. Do you remember when we started this? I'm just as good as I was back then. So if you're waiting, then just keep on standing in line. 'Cause you're not gonna stay, and I ain't gonna change. Doesn't it show? As our time wastes away, all I've got to say
Okay, so the earliest days of Project 9, it really all started back in New Year's Eve of 2013 to 2014. Me and this guy were back here. Excuse me, this guy back here. We're at my cousin's house for a New Year's Eve party, and my previous band had split, and I was doing some other things, and we just talked about getting something new together. I had a couple of songs recorded already from a previous project that had some studio time, and then we just kind of got together, jammed. We got our first 3 songs together, and then we played our first gig at Brewski's in Hattiesburg in April of 2014. Yeah, Mark's first show with us was just at Terror on the Coast last year, and then Brent, I believe Brent's first show with us was at Thunder's Tavern, and we offered him a huge chunk of money to learn 3 sets, probably at least like $50 or something. And then he was like, hey man, we need a bass player for this gig, and then he kind of stuck around. It's been a couple years now. The whole lockdown period was kind of weird because we did still get together and practice. We definitely canned a lot of shows, as everybody did, but we did, and we had some shows that we were very excited about that we had to let go. But we did a handful of live streams. We did some Coast Observer live streams. We went and did with the Art Garage. We did some live streams and stuff, all social distance kind of things. And we did go and get to do a little bit of writing and recording. We did get a little bit of new material out of the break that is kind of just now coming around to being finished. But so we tried to get a little bit of something out of it. But well, compared to previously, I don't know, a weird time. But we're just glad that we can actually, at least for now, get back on stage again. Well, I mean, it definitely feels good to get back out. I mean, there's still maybe a little bit of apprehension as far as just being in big crowds, and we do still try to be aware of what's going on. And but as far as the bands that we team up with, definitely, I mean, we've got Touch Biloxi and Silent Trust represented in this band. We all share a practice space building. And we all have known each other for many years. So as far as being just kind of a collective of bands who work together, there's definitely a strong group of that. And really, it's just as far as getting back out and doing shows like that with your friends. And one of the things I love about playing locally, which trust me, I miss being on the road and getting out and going to new states. That's my favorite thing, is getting out and going to new places and playing in new venues and meeting new people. But playing locally on the coast, we always have friends at the show. And that's the coolest thing, is just to go hang out after the show and party down with your friends. And that's something that we all definitely, I feel like, missed for the last several months.
Can I add to? Yeah. I was going to say, getting back into it, the local heavy music scene has always been very enthusiastic and very uproarious about their support of pretty much every heavy band out here. But since the lockdown has come out, like Scott said, there's a bit of apprehension, but there's also a sort of electricity that wasn't there before, because I think people are really ready to get back to it. And I think you really do see it in these new crowds.
Well, yeah, so we was shut down for a little while. We had to play some house parties and some shit like that. It was pretty fun. We got a lot of shit lined up. Hopefully, it doesn't get shut down again. I've heard this rumor that we might get shut down again. I say no. No to the shutdown. We got too much good stuff coming out. Some good shows coming soon. So everybody go get their shot, wear the mask, whatever the hell, and let's end this thing so we can keep the shows going. God bless America.
We'll go ahead and drop this one here. We will be playing at least five dates at Terror on the Coast in Gulfport. And we're returning from last year, which is so much fun. And so that's going to be kind of our big thing for later in the year. We might have a couple of other Halloween area gigs going on, and a possible benefit show. There's a couple of things in the works, but the big thing is going to be Terror on the Coast in Gulfport. We got multiple dates.
Come to Terror. That shit is cool.
Get spooky.
Yeah, for real though. So we do have a new T-shirt design ordered and coming in. We've got as far as music, we do have 3 singles that are recorded, and in the final stages, we've been sitting on them forever. Like I said, all through the pandemic. But we do have 3 singles we're sitting on that will be coming out in series soon, and then we're going to be doing our Terror on the Coast shows, tying up 2021, and then hopefully we'll be out on the road again in 2022. And yes, you can hit us up on Facebook or at project9band.com, all spelled out. We got Instagram at project9band. And am I missing anything?
Don't use the number 9.
9tube.
Spell it out. N-I-N-E.
N-I-N-E.
I think.
The YouTube is called 9tube.
9tube. YouTube. Yeah. We'll be putting some stuff on YouTube as well. 9tube. Cool. This was fun.
Yeah. Good evening. I am here with Chris Street with CStreetArt. What's going on, Chris?
Oh, not much. How you doing?
Man, you paint on glass and wood. Is that right?
I paint on pretty much anything I can get my hands on. Canvas wasn't an option when I started painting, so.
Models?
I mean, I dig it. I like where your head's at.
Animals?
I've been known to spray paint a cat or 2. No, I'm joking.
The random graffiti in back alleys of Gulfport.
Anarchy signs, like.
So you were at Red Sky,
I was.
and that was your second time being a vendor.
First time.
First time.
First time ever,
First
yeah.
official time.
First official time, yeah.
Where you had your own booth. You were saying you had one time before been vendor at Georgia or unofficially.
Unofficially, off the record, the Murky Waters guys was nice enough to let me borrow a corner 3 inches of their porch, and it worked out pretty well.
So, Chris, how'd you get into painting on glass specifically?
I think people were just looking to clear out their houses. The hoarders would bring all their stuff from hoarding, and I would just paint on it. I wasn't really going out and buying canvas. I didn't really expect to be painting like this. This kind of just happened. So
It's awesome because, like, with paints, you can do like a background and a foreground.
right, you can get a little bit better dimensional situation going on with it. I guess you could say clouds look like they're really floating, waves look like they're really waving, stuff like that. So.
Have you done any like windows, like window panes?
I've started on window panes with the glass, the double pane windows, and then I just started progressing into thicker glass, and all different laws there that go along with painting on. But
it's always really cool when I see where you have like like 4 or 6 panes, and they do like
Right,
a collage,
the layers,
or mosaic between it all.
that's way cool. That was actually like one of the second or third things I painted on glass was a murder of crows.
Right.
Leave it off, yeah.
I was going to ask you, like, is it hard to come by? Like, I mean, I don't know if you have to like go to the scrapyard or to find like glass and pieces of glass.
Usually people are, like, especially after hurricanes, storms, people are throwing away sections of fence, window panes, stuff like that. People are bringing me stuff nonstop, like I said. Like, people are really supportive of getting rid of their junk at my house.
I know what you mean. Like, at one point, I think I had like 6 plates of glass, coffee tabletops.
Right.
And I'm like, it just collected in the shed. And then at one point, I was just like,
Stepping around it.
I don't need these. And I think I had like listed it like on Craigslist for artist materials or something.
Right.
Because you can paint. I didn't have the legs for them, but I was like, you could still put a frame on it and
Right.
paint on it.
Yeah.
Which is always cool.
Like, even I was at the Treasure Bay doing some work with a friend of mine. We were messing around with the sinks, installing new countertops and stuff, and they gave me a bunch of their nightstand glass.
Oh,
It was
nice.
like 1/4 inch thick, yeah. So it's pretty cool.
So you started this 2 years ago.
October of 2019 is when I started painting. I didn't really expect to be painting at all. Just kind of fell into it, really. So I had the paint, had the stuff to paint on. Saw a picture of the Starry Night Van Gogh. I was
Right, yeah.
I was like, I think I want to paint that. I painted it, and people offered to buy it right off the bat. So I was like, cool.
There you go.
I mean, there's money that comes along with this. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, yeah.
I'm always surprised the way people make money because I had these mirrors.
Right.
I had like 3 mirrors in my shed. I don't know, just don't ask me how I end up with all this shit. But I had like 3 mirrors, and I was like, I don't need 3 damn mirrors sitting in the shed. I need to make room. And So I once again put them on Craigslist, and this guy bought it, and he has this whole business where he like engraves on the mirror. He does custom engraving on. I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
That's a thing, yeah.
And he like, you know, he's like buying them off of me for like $20 and turning around and selling them for $200 for custom engraving mirrors.
I couldn't imagine paying for glass or wood nowadays. That it, for real, like they just bring so much. I got piles of the stuff at the house. I'm like, what am I gonna do with all this? I know I'm gonna paint on it, but like, when am I gonna get to this?
You do paint on wood.
Mm-hmm.
You
paint on wood. When I first started painting, it was old barn wood, old barn doors, old privacy fences, stuff like that.
Do you do any like burning or engraving into the wood before you paint on it?
I use a 4-inch side grinder on some of the things, and I'll half carve stuff, and then I'll paint through it the rest of the way. So
it's always cool, like to see wood painting stuff when it has like the 3-dimensionality.
Right. Got a little bit better texture and depth to it. Yeah. A lot of southern stuff. I try to stay simple with my subjects, so there's no elaborate really anything except for on the glass. So like a 4-inch side grinder, I think I produced an alligator head first,
right? And
it was probably about 2 feet long, and then we painted that, and I sold that right off the jump. So keep working with it.
Are there any festivals or craft fairs coming up that people can find you at?
Mike Ross threw up one for September 11th. I think we got going on. I look on the internet and there's a flyer with my name on it. So hell yeah.
I saw that. There's like there's a whole ton of artists that are going to be there.
Right.
I'm like, wait, is this more of a thing for musicians or is this a party for artists?
Yeah, I was like, am I going to bring paintings for people that are going to be watching a band, or is this going to be? And it looks like it's going to be art.
It's going to be
with music
It's going to be an art show with bands playing.
I'm like, how much room do we have? It's like, we got where the pool tables
the bar
are.
is the gallery, Chris.
I'm down. I'm down.
Beer.
I'm down like a rug.
For an extra $5, you can watch Michael Ross make a whole thing of Jaeger.
Just sit there.
While Chris paints. So that's next weekend, right?
It is September 11th. Yeah, Saturday.
And then is there like a website where you sell your paintings through?
I'm just all over Facebook and Instagram. CStreetArt. It's pretty simple. I haven't really ventured off into a personal website yet. Didn't really expect to get this far, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome. So what's the address for your Facebook page?
You can look it up on my Facebook page, Christopher Street, or you can look up CStreetArt, Paint Chris Paint, or CStreetArt on Instagram.
All right.
Cool.
All right, everybody. This is Chris Street with CStreetArt. Thanks so much, Chris, for coming on Red Radio.
Thank you.
Check them out on Facebook, everybody.
This is one of our upcoming singles. It's called Jaded.
Checking in to what truth that has been written. Checking out to a story on a screen. All that's known will never show. Just